As of January 1st, 2023, the commercial giant bluefin tuna season is now open. Now, if you don't know what giant bluefin is, a bluefin tuna that is in excess of 73 inches, but they can grow way bigger than that, up to 13 feet long and 2,000 pounds. The giant bluefin is globally regarded as the most valuable commercial fish, with an entire global industry based upon this one fish. While bluefin tuna schools travel all the way from Nova Scotia to the Mediterranean to the Florida Keys, I had the opportunity last winter to fish for one of these beasts off the coast of the Outer Banks in North Carolina. My good friend Captain Tyler has his commercial tuna permit and fishes for giants during his off season of his New Jersey charter business. As soon as the weather window opened, I took the 7-hour drive from South Jersey to the Outer Banks to fish with Captain Tyler and his first mate Alex. This was without a doubt one of the coolest fishing experiences I've ever had, and if by the end of the video it looks like something you want to try yourself, you can get in contact with Tyler here and also put his information down below. As in addition to commercial fishing this season, Tyler's also been running charters for these giant bluefin. So if it looks cool enough to you, then I definitely recommend getting down there and at least experiencing this for yourself at least one time. So without further ado, please enjoy the story of this giant bluefin from catch to market, and make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Well folks, welcome to day one, but actually day two here in the Outer Banks. So right now we're aboard Tying Knots Charters doing some commercial fishing for bluefin tuna. Yesterday we attempted to run out through Oregon Inlet, but it was just too rough. We kind of turned around right at sunrise. So after a day of just kind of sitting, twiddling our thumbs, getting some things done, we're finally gonna run out. So it's around 11 a.m. now. We're probably gonna fish all day today, tonight, and then overnight until tomorrow, when we hopefully come back with one big bluefin tuna. Like I said, this is a commercial fishery, so the most expensive fish, the fish that's the most worth it, the most bountiful, is definitely the bluefin tuna. That can range from, I don't know, $6 to $15 a pound, roughly. So that's the most commercially viable fish out there. Though we can catch big eyes, which Tyler has caught. I'll throw up a picture right here. We're gonna run out about 40 miles to the Gulf Stream. You guys are gonna see, this is no joke, some serious fishing. We got the beanbags. I'm all grunting out with the neoprene jacket. Everyone's got their cold weather gear. We got the wings set up on the boat in case it gets a little snotty out there, but the weather seems pretty gold. As you can see from the boat over here next to us, Odyssey, they were out yesterday. Actually, while we were turning around, they came back and ran out, and they must have gone offshore, but they did not have a good time. You can see they're all messed up over here. Got a little net in the water, so must have been a rough day out. We're gonna set sail here pretty soon, guys. Got the 80 wides here rigged up. Gonna be trolling some ballyhoo, some rubbers, some Ronzi. So as you can see, it's not something traditionally done in a center console. We're actually the only center console that pretty much just goes out there. We got a 31 contender, and we're going up against all these big Carolina boats and down east vessels. And right now in Jersey, middle of February, there's pretty much nothing biting. Maybe some tog and some other cold water wreck species, but here, this is prime time down here for these monster bluefin tuna. And these fish, I mean, they can go anywhere in the market for up to $1 million. I'll kind of go over the whole commercial process here at the end of the video. It's definitely a complicated process. Most of these fish just get flown straight from the fish house to Japan in a matter of hours. So stay tuned, guys. It's something really, really unique, really different than most of the fishing I do out here. This is, like I said, commercial fishing for the most expensive fish on earth. Buddy.
Give yourself a nice one? I think he's around 80 inches or something, but short and sweet. Oh, go to JK's, get yourself some stuff for good going. Oh my God. This is frustrating right now. Yeah. circling here and everyone's getting bites and pushing me out of the way. Oh, give it 5 minutes. Okay, it didn't take 5. What's your bottom number? 586. I don't know.
Okay guys, we made it to the stream. We're out about 40 miles from where we started at the head of the inlet here. We've already got our 2 rods out on the outriggers. Just swimming some Ronzies on some shoot heads. We're fishing 80 wide, Penn Internationals here. Alex is rigging up a ballyhoo. We're sending us out on 200-pound fluorocarbon. We've got another head here. This one's gonna get down, put out in the flat line. Boat right off our port here, just hooked up. So marking plenty of fish, hearing good reports. Let's get tight soon, hopefully. Plenty of fish here. Cameraman, look at that, that's sick. So that, guys, is Pinwheel. If you guys watch Wicked Tuna, you'll know that boat. Pretty notorious guy right there. So he's about 50 yards off our starboard. Who's off our stern? You know this guy? .com? I should probably watch the show more. Oh my god. There's Mars, 50 feet, probably a pack of big eye right there. Now so you get him to bite. There we go. I'm on. Holy shit. Dude, I watched him crank it. Oh my god. He's sounding now. Alright guys, so we're doubled up right now. That rod went off. We've only been trolling for maybe 30 minutes or so. And I'm burning this one in to clear the lines, and it got absolutely smacked on top of the water. Sickest thing I've ever seen. These big beefy reels should do a quick job. Let's get these guys in. Oh, that was psycho. He's coming up now.
Yo, Tyler. Grab the gas. I'm gonna back that down.
Now.
That's a nice eyeball.
God, man.
Big eyeball.
Yeah, buddy. Woo! There we go, guys. Right away, 2 big eye. We've been trolling about an hour. So pretty hectic while we're fighting the fish, but now we can round of applause while we have them flopping around on the deck. So 2 big eye targets, big giant bluefin. So we're gonna keep trolling the rest of the day. Stay tuned. So guys, if they're every fish, especially when you're selling them, make sure you kind of swim them like this, gets all the blood out, makes the meat that much better.
I tell my camera guy I need him up there on the life raft, glassing, looking for slicks and jumpers. Get up there, camera guy.
So finally, only 90 minutes after landing our big eyes, we got the giant bite we were looking for.
Yeah, baby, we're on. This is the one, guys. Finally, the bite we're looking for. Took a couple hours. Pretty shitty conditions, but we're tight. You guys should have heard this thing friggin' hit the valley. Oh my God. It sounded like we snagged a freight train. We're finally hooked up. Wasn't recording for the bite because conditions were so bad I really couldn't do much. So
You were sleeping, you lied.
I wasn't sleeping. So we moved all the stuff from the bow up here to the back. All the rods are high and dry right now, kind of to get a couple things out of the way, but now we're tight. We can fight this fish and take care of what needs to be done. Selling him for the long haul right now. We're not burning him in like the big guys. You can see we're just inching this guy in. Stay tuned. This is the one. That was literally the sickest bite I've ever heard. I didn't even see it. It was only a matter of time, honestly, guys. There's so much life. We just saw a couple sharks swim by right here.
Anything a little reverse.
We've been marking fish like crazy all day, actually.
Right there?
Yeah, dude. And right off the bow up here, there's some tuna breaking.
And tunas.
So we've seen sharks, humpback whales, pilot whales, dolphins, literally everything you can imagine out here we've seen today. So really is a really cool place. There's fish just literally airing out right there. I've never seen anything that's awesome.
I'm walking them towards you. You're good if you go behind me. Okay.
This thing's coming pretty quick.
So how much line you think he took?
A lot. A couple hundred yards in about 10 seconds.
And here's where I got my 15 seconds in the ring after Alex overheated.
Tight on a monster giant bluefin, guys. So sick. Feels like we're hooked on the bottom right now. This thing is monstrous.
But while Alex was getting smoked, I quickly showed this goldfish who was boss getting mono back on the reel in under 5 minutes.
Ready? After this wave, and you're on.
Mono.
Mono. So guys, the game we're playing right now, we're kind of working in tandem with the waves here. These are some pretty large swells, so when we get up to the top of the swell, Alex, or as I just was, just reeling in, getting that slack, kind of using the waves as leverage here. And I mean, it's pretty much that simple until we get to the end game. Then it'll be a little bit chaotic while we try to land this fish, but right now we're settled in, fighting this sea monster. $1 million fish. He's actually being pretty lazy right now.
Why did you say it? Here he comes. He's out off the bow.
Straight.
Keep him off this side. It's a snagged yellowfin.
Shut up.
Nah, this is the real thing.
Try to spin around this way.
Yeah.
This is dead weight.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm right below you here. Not really seeing.
So guys, the other major part of fighting these giant tuna, we're gonna want to move around a lot, so you have to use the boat.
Twin screw again.
Twin screw to maneuver the fish in a favorable spot. But right now we're just trying to have the fish directly here, 90 degrees off the starboard. So whenever he tries to go somewhere else, Tyler's kind of counteracting that movement, trying to keep the fish right where we want him.
Good, Ty.
You want a hand to switch sides? Holy dude, one just jumped out right in front of us.
Really? I don't really know what to do here, bud.
He's going back.
Oh, you're gonna run him over. Good. This could get bad quick. I would like to be on the opposite side of him if possible. He's going back. He's going back. Gotta keep going.
Keep going, keep going.
We gotta switch sides.
Yep.
This is better because we're drifting this way anyway. We're back to the mono.
Reverse.
Oh, you gotta keep going. He's going under the boat. All right, good.
Good.
Oh my God.
That's the rod holder cracking or the fiberglass of the boat?
Reverse.
Reverse.
Neutral. Good, good, good. I just took it back.
So after only an hour, we got this beast to the surface.
Holy.
But this moment would not last long.
Coming this way. You gotta spin it. Come around. Come around. There you go. Perfect. Good, 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 good. Coming this way. Oh. Big pinwheel right now. Reverse.
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 I got fluoro on the reel. Reverse. Good, good, good,
Good. Going back to Atlantis.
I'm Adamana.
So guys, these fish really do whatever the hell they want. You just saw right there, we had the fish up at the surface. It wasn't optimal to shoot them or anything, but he took all the fluoro and now he took all the mono. We're down to the backing. So that's a couple 100 yards at least of line just evaporated in a couple minutes. So they're called giants for a reason. Still tight, guys. It's been a couple minutes out here. Beautiful, beautiful sunset right here. Can't ask for much prettier than that, but this guy is really not budging at all. Hold on. Hold on. All right, now he's doing quick spirals.
Coming back around. Collar.
Collar. He's right here on the surface, Tyler.
Go get him.
Tyler, he's right here.
Come this way. Come this way.
On the second free spool?
Need another gap.
Okay.
Turn on this.
Got him.
I don't have a sail rope back here though.
Where do you need to go?
Cancer. You want to let him go? Oh God. Take it out of here.
Look at the size of that tail, guys. Oh my God. That is a giant bluefin tuna. Oh my God. Look at this monster friggin' tuna, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude, nice job fighting him. 4.5 hours. Jesus, that it doesn't even seem real. Oh wicked tuna doesn't show you. Oh my god. Absolute butterball. Look at that thing.
So because of how rough the seas were and the giant size of this bluefin tuna, we could not pull him inside the boat, and we almost sunk a couple times trying. We actually had to crawl 20 miles back towards shore, towing this giant bluefin before we could reach calmer waters and safely bring this fish aboard.
Guys, that is what a giant bluefin looks like. 103 inches. It's been a couple hours since we boated him, and it's been about 11 hours since we hooked him. So giant bluefin tuna. We're here outside the seafood processing plant now, but they're closed. It's like almost 3 a.m. so we're gonna take this guy, ice him up, and sell him in the morning. But I'll probably go over how crazy it was when it's not 3 o'clock in the morning, but really awesome catch. All right, guys, so we're pulling in now back into the seafood place where we were last night. Unfortunately, they were closed, but it's 21 hours now after we first set sail, so it's been a long day on the water. If you can even call it a day, it's now been 2 days pretty much. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna unload the giant as well as the big guys up front. They have a little crane they're going to use to kind of pick them up, but obviously I've never done this before, so I'm pretty intrigued to see what the process is going to be like. So yeah, let's offload these fish, collect the paycheck, and get out.
This one put us through the ringer. Yeah, he looks like.
So the first step in processing these giant bluefin for the market is a process known as dressing, where the head, tail, and guts of the fish are removed.
That is a big fish, dude.
Now inside the fish house here, it's a pretty big operation. There are multiple boats bringing in their catch of not just bluefin, but also other species. There are also multiple buyers processing the fish and preparing them for shipment. I didn't really want to make a scene with the camera, but I will explain the basic operation.
There's the big guys.
Really a very nice red.
Right.
Unfortunately, very little fat. Just a tiny bit getting going. But at least the color's very good.
And as the buyer was saying, when looking at the tail cut and the core sample, you're looking for a super bright, clear red, which is best for sashimi, which will get you that higher dollar amount. You're also looking for a high fat content. For our bluefin here, we had a decent color, but not too much of fat with this fish, and there's not too much you can do about that.
485, we'll take off 2 pounds for the strap, 483.
483. £480. Please.
So after having our bluefin weighed and assessed, we get a pink slip with the weight and basic info as proof of sale. And just a couple minutes after bringing this fish to the dock, our bluefin was getting boxed up for its flight from North Carolina to most likely somewhere in the northeast United States. Meanwhile, our 2 big eye were being bought by a different buyer and undergoing their own processing procedure. These fish weighed in around 110 pounds stressed after they removed the head, tail, and guts.
So the big eye were actually more valuable per pound than the bluefin. The bluefin ended up selling domestically for $6 a pound, while the big eye sold for $11. Even more interesting to me was the fact that this bluefin actually stayed in the US and got a higher price per pound than the tuna Tyler would later sell to Japan, which was the opposite of my prior assumption. Overall, this trip was one of my favorites ever, doing something I had never imagined I'd have the opportunity to do until just last year. The story of catching and selling this 105-inch, 650-pound bluefin was legendary. From the second we left the dock to the second it disappeared on the loading truck. I want to give another huge shout out to Tyler for inviting me on this trip, and a big pat on the back to first mate Alex for dealing with this monster. Again, if you want to book a trip to catch one of these beasts, I'll put Tyler's information in the description down below. And that's all for me, folks. Never on the send. North Carolina. I'll see you soon.
What's this bottom? The bottom.
That's got to go up.
It's got to go
No, that's gotta go on the bottom.
into the box.
Okay. So he's a little slow.
Cool. That way that's sealed. And now.
Tuna fisherman by day, AC repairman by day.
Oh, yeah, let me